hello and good evening. This is the SBR BTCC with BTCC Blueprints and Paul Welsh round 8. The final round at Suzuka, as we're looking at Ash just doing his practicing there. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, because this is going to be a very interesting sort of finale here. So last week we had Tokyo, and it was certainly a very title-proven worthy 3 races for Liam, as he picked up a second and 2 wins in those. Picked up a massive 72 points in the process, and Sean could only finish 3 third-place finishes in those races. Ben sort of drifted away. He sort of struggled around the track last week, but the championship, it's a technically, you know, it's still a three-way horse for the title. So after last week's penultimate round at Tokyo, Liam McEwen has 431 points. Sean Cool has 413, only 18 behind, and Ben Milton 38 points behind McEwen. He's on 393. I also noticed too earlier in the group chat that this could be Liam's very first touring car win, so obviously nerves is going to be aplenty for Liam here tonight. It's just a bit of a disappointment that we're only going to be seeing 9 races tonight, which is such a shame. So the minimum points that they can race is only for 8 points, really. So there's going to be 17 points on offer here. Well, the gap between the winning and 9th place, 25, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10 and 8. Pretty much even points all the way down, except for winning. So anyways, we're going to get qualifying underway in just 2 minutes time. Sean Cool has been looking deadly quick in practice, getting into the 50.5s. There's already been a lot of mind games being said in all of the chats. So let's put these mind games to bed, and let's see what these drivers can do out on the Suzuka East track. Let's see some people in the comment there. So already people saying evening. That's Chris there, evening. And somebody said themselves saying Liam to bottle it. I'm guessing that's either Ben or from Sean. I'm guessing that's Ben. So yeah, lots of mind games have been said for this finale race, and let's see if Sean can hold that. Liam can hold the bottle and get his first BTCC crown. He's got an 18-point buffer over Sean Cool, and as you can see there, Sean is the fastest man in practice with a 50.523. He looks deadly tonight, does Sean. But Liam just needs to not be in any trouble whatsoever. Hopefully no one's going to punt him off, or punt Sean off, or punt Ben off, because we want to see this a good, clean fight to the end. That's something I'd, you know, really love to see. You want to see some close and clean racing. We don't want to see any contact or whatever, because then it will probably Liam the bottle, you hear it here in seconds. So okay then, right, there we go. So yeah, the mind games is already happening in the YouTube chat as well. Qualifying should be starting very soon, and we're going to get 5 minutes underway. Speaking to Liam and Ash and that lot, this is going to be a hard place to overtake cars around here. We did do the Touring Car Classics around here, and they managed to find ways to overtake someone with a bit of help, let's be fair. But these are the better drivers in this championship. And we're going to be seeing some 3 races, 18 laps around the Suzuka East. Yeah, it's obviously a bit of a disappointment there that we're not seeing all 15 drivers racing here, as Ben has just started the qualifying. Just coming out on the track now is Chris Wall in the Lee Brooks Peugeot livery from '97. So here we go. The qualifier is begun. then as always, it's going to be a mad dash out on the track. Or is there? There we go. So it's going to be Chris Wall followed by McEwen, the championship leader. Now again, Liam just needs to play it smart. He just needs to stay out of everyone's business. Stay at least. Oh, it says Ben, Chris ain't in. Oh, Chris, because Chris got a pit glitch or something, possibly. Aye. Yeah, I think we'll have to back out. Yep, we do have to back out. Yeah, stupid numpty Chris. And Jeff Colombardo hasn't seen the message. He's just going out and doing another lap. Jeff, quit, man. Jeff, quit. Come on. Come on, Jeff. Come on. Jeff. Hello. Jeff. There you go. And also nice to see that Leon Welsh is having a wee, so that's good to see. So yeah, oh, we've only got 2 people watching. That's a disappointment. That's quite sad to see, considering it is a finale, and you know the championship will be won around here. I want to see more people watching, but I mean we got 4 likes. That's nice. Yep, Ash shouting Leon in the chat, which you know, yeah. Ben already said the drama. Yep. Oh, it's all happening here, guys. It's just all happening. I was trying to do a guided lap around with Chris Wall, but he's just more interested in doing donuts here. Let's see if he could. No, we're not. We're gonna do qualifying underway again. So. Yet again, part 2 of the qualifying. Hopefully we've got everyone underway. Hopefully Leon has come back freshly from his pee. Probably feel 10 tons lighter. And we are going to get away for the last 5 minutes qualifying session here tonight. Now, strictly speaking here, I think as far as I know, I think I'm allowed to say this actually, but for season, I can't remember what season it is, season 9 I think it is, I can't mind exactly what season it is, but for next season, we are going to be racing in the 2009 touring cars, so we'll get to see like the Vauxhall liveries, the RAC BMW livery, trying to think who else, that Mike Jordan entry, the Andy Jordan, the Pertic sort of car. So it's going to be interesting to see what these cars are going to be like. I don't know how many rounds it's going to be, and hopefully we're going to get more than 9 people racing in that championship next season when it happens. So let's have a look then at the championship leader. Let's actually go on board with him as we're going to take a lap around the Suzuki East. So we're going in towards the first corner here. And then here we go. That was the first corner, and now into the S complex, the snake, into 4th gear, and just look how much committed he is. He'll go down a gear possibly. No, he's staying in 4th gear. Lift off the throttle, not even touching the brakes. Chris getting a little couple of wheels off onto the grass. And Chris moves out of the way for Liam. That's a good bit of driving there. Now down to 3rd. That was the oh, I can't remember what that corner was. And then in towards the final corner. Back down to 3rd. I always hate this corner. I just could not take that corner properly. Could not find the racing line whenever I tried racing around that. So anyway, he comes across the line, does a 50.6. That's a decent lap time, considering the fastest was a 50.5 set by Sean. And let's see where Sean is right now. He's just gone onto the gravel, so not good there from Sean. It's not what he wanted. He goes back into the pit lane, so it is Liam, and then he does have a 4/10 advantage over Ben. Leon Welsh into 3rd, then you got Piper 4th, Colin Bartle 5th, Ash Sharp in 6th place. 7th is a Clements. Chris Wall was in 8th, and then Sean Cooper didn't post a lap time because he fell into the kitty litter at the final corner, and he will sit in last place for now. But I promise you, he will be back up there. So then Sean Cooper, this is a must. He needs to, you know, all he needs to do is just win those races. He knows he's been the fastest guy in practice. He just needs to set it. Yellow flags are being waved. Some at the last corner. Someone has gone off at the last corner. That might have been Colin Barrow. Milton goes quicker, but not fast enough to go pole. Clements also goes faster. Goes into 3rd in the process. I think it's safe to say that Chris Clements is going to be safely to finish the championship in 4th place, although he is 98 points back off of Ben, and he spins it! Sean spins it! This is not good. Now, this is disaster now for Sean. He's got to get going because there's only 1 minute and 32 seconds to go. He's got to post 1 lap time in. This is not good for Sean. The pressure is already getting to Sean. He's only 18 points back of McEwen, and he's gone off at the last corner. He's gone off at the first corner. He's going to have at least 1 attempt to do 1 lap. Chris Wall goes faster with a 51.6, but it will still put him in 8th place. But this is big for Sean. Ben's probably going to come out. He's going to come out just behind Colin Barrow. In fact, Gould goes a 57.929. Now, I'm wondering if there's going to be any sort of tactics here, because Ben was a little bit not happy with Liam saying that Lewis helped him out. So I'm wondering if Ben, he might not be fighting for the championship. Could he help Sean? Could he help him? There's the question. Anyway, let's go see. Let's ride on board then with Sean. I think he's good enough to just do another lap. He's got another lap there. Clements goes into the 50s now, but he still goes into 3rd, and he's 7 tenths off, but he's blue. He's not purple, so he's not fast just yet. Yep, he's going to do another lap here. So this is critical here. Where is Sean going to be? 7.2, he's off, and it goes into 2nd, a 50.771. He's only 700 slower than McEwen, and again, it's the championship free 1, 2, 3 in qualifying, but he has got another lap left. So can he find that extra tenth to put his Honda onto the pole position? Welsh has decided to come into the pits. He's had enough. You can see there he's on the super softs. As cars are just coming across the line now to finish their time. That could be a bit off-putting, actually. But let's see what he is doing. Chris Wall again goes faster, 51.6. He's only 300ths down than his own time, so I don't think Sean Cool's going to get the pole position, you know. Ben just puts a little bit of 4 wheels on the grass on the exit of the final corner, and it's not going to happen. McEwen will start on the pole. Sean Cool will start 2nd, and Milton will start 3rd. And that is crucial for Liam by starting the race on pole position, because we know how good he is on those starts. Well, that is absolutely crucial there to the championship for Liam. He starts on the pole, Sean 2nd and Ben 3rd. So then here we go, race 22. We're going to give you a lineup of what it looks like a very much sorry state now with only 9 cars in the field. But it is McEwen, Cool, Milton, Clements, Welsh, Piper, Colin Barrow, Sharp and Wall. That is the top 3. So here we go. We're getting ready for the first of 18 laps. The first of 3 races here tonight. The championship comes down here. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Pause. Lights out and away we go, and it looks like it is a decent start for McEwen as they're heading their field down into Tail 1. Actually, it's a great start for McEwen. Gets the perfect jump ahead. I'm trying to get an onboard camera with him, but I can't see my dude. But anyway, oh, there we go. That's better. But Ben's gone into 2nd place, and now, yep, so Ben into 2nd place. He's past Cool. And now where can he get by McEwen? This is a tricky part of the track here, the S complex, because it's just a series of left and right hand turns. It's not really any good opportunity to pass someone probably around about here. But anyway, McEwen, great start, and Ben sort of slid his way in towards the last corner, but keeps it going. Good start though also by Ash. He's actually up into 8th place. He's already gained 2 spots as a result. As here comes Sean to the inside of Ben. I think Ben's just going to let him by, I'd reckon, and indeed he does. So Sean now into 2nd place, and he's going to start hunting down McEwen for the lead. Don't forget, they start on either the super softs or the softs. They will have to make 1 pit stop to change tyres, and then that is it. And then it's just, you know, it's your destiny to get yourself a good finish here. Let's have a look further back through the field there. There's Adam Piper sitting in 5th. Behind him is Sharp. Behind him is Welsh. And then you've got... that is Colin Barlow with Chris Wall right behind him. Nose to tail all the way from 6th all the way down to 9th place. Sean's in the lead. What's happened to McEwen? What's happened to McEwen? He's down to 4th. Well, this is not good. This is what he needed. This is not what he needed for the title. He just ran right at the last corner. He pushed it that bit extra. And he's just lost it. He's just pretty much gifted the lead to Sean. Ben also goes through, and so too does Chris Clements too. Not what Liam needed for the championship. So now I'm trying to do like this, like the points as they go along here. So hold on a second. I'm trying to get the track list up as well, so we know what corners they are. If I can find it. God damn it. Never mind. Right, so by my calculations, the gap will be 11 points then. So Liam will be on 449, whereas Sean will be on 438 as things stand as it is. He's got to get by Clements as soon as he can, because Sean's definitely pulling away already. Southern Cool into the lead, and this is what he needs. Ben in 2nd, and he'll probably be a good protector there for Sean. I don't think Ben's gonna, he's realistically put himself out of the championship, I reckon. Now then, can Liam find a way by Clements, going through these complex of corners and then in towards the final corner? He's got to get a good run off here. Yeah, he's taking a different line. He didn't want to run itself out too wide. He didn't want to do the same mistake again. So we're going on to lap 5. It's Honda, from Audi, from Vauxhall, from Renault, from Honda, and then it is the Peugeot, and then it is Honda. That is the full 9 cars there. And McEwen dives. Have a look into the inside, and Clements protects the 3rd position. So Clements is not going to make this a bit too easy on Liam. He's got to earn his way by. Piper's still in 5th place. Not really too far back on Liam in the process. Let's look then at Sharp in the Tommy Rutstad independent brand Renault, which won the title back in '98. It's a shame that we're going to see we're not seeing the '98 cars. I did prefer the Peugeot with Jordan Hogan, but he's just fallen off the face of the earth as Jordan. Don't know what on earth has happened to him after having a great race at Suzuka, picking up his very first win, and then that's it. We've never heard from him ever since. Now then, let's ride on board now with McEwen. He's got Clements in his sight. He's going to fake a move, going in towards the first corner, but Clements is far too experienced to do that, to learn that. He's all over the back of the Vauxhall as he goes through these series again, the complex of corners, which is obviously very difficult to get by. Adam Piper nearly 6, well, he's about 6 attempts back as Piper, so, you know, Liam has not been pressured. But Sean ever so slightly pulling away. It's also crucial to say, what about pit stops? I'd reckon if I was Liam, I would pit right now. I'd pit early, because he's struggling to find a way by Clements. Actually, look further back there, and you can see that Welsh and Sharp has fallen down to 8th place. What's happened to Sharp here? So here we go again, going into last corner. Does he go into the kitty litter? Yeah, he just understeers into the gravel trap. Held on to it though, and there was some contact there with Welsh, and through also goes Chris Wall. So back down to 8th place for Sharp, where he initially qualified. McEwen's down to 5th. McEwen is down to 5th place. It's all going wrong for Liam McEwen now. So what's happened now as he goes in towards the first corner, he just understeers again. Understeers through the first corner. And that's him lost another spot. And that's 2 points gained now for Sean. So the championship will be now 9 points. Yeah, if I was Liam, I'd pit now. I'd pit now. He'll come out with this fresh air and he will slowly catch up to Ben and Sean up ahead. He probably wouldn't get by them, but I think, you know, Liam may have missed a trick there. If he was stuck behind traffic, I would have pitted. Nearly towards halfway through this race now, and a bit of side-by-side action going on further behind is Clementson. So too is Colin Barrow as well as Sharp. But there's Welsh just getting trying to protect his 5th place now from Chris Wall, who looks like he's seemingly getting the hang of things in that Peugeot around this track. Oh, he's all over the back of Welsh, isn't he? Independent team versus independent team. Rob Gravitt versus Lee Brooks here for the battle for 5th place overall in the class. And Chris looks very, very racy. Let's ride on board then with Chris as he goes through the last corner. Lots of shortcut there from Welsh. Piper comes into the pit lane, so McEwen is now freed, and Welsh nearly puts 2 wheels on the grass on the exit of the final corner, and into 4th place goes Chris Wall. Out of the pits goes Piper. He just comes out behind Clement, so 5 people have yet to pit. We are halfway through this race, so we'll give you a rundown at the moment. Cool leads, but has yet to make a pit stop. Then it is Milton second, also yet to make a pit stop. McEwen, who's done a couple of mistakes, looks a bit edgy in the first race, just needs to settle down, but he's sitting in that 3rd position. Then Chris Roy made a nice pass on Leon Welsh. He's sitting in 4th place. And 5th place is Welsh, and the top 5, in fact, Wall and Welsh are pitting. The top 3 again stay out. So now that will enhance Clements up into 4th position. Then Adam Piper in 5th. 6th is now Ash Sharp, and then Colin Barrow is in 7th place. No, actually, they come back out in 9th because Welsh and Wall we're going to come out ahead of Sharp and Colin Barrow. Gap now improving between Cool to Milton, over 2 seconds, but the gap between Milton to Liam is 4 seconds. It's just a case of if but when, and in fact Sean's going to come into the pit lane. I'm presuming Ben's going to come in too. Yes, Kit clips the code in the process. Liam stays out. He's staying out again, so Liam's going to go into the lead of the race where he started, but he's got to produce some monster qualifying lap times, and I mean his times have been in the 51s. He did do a 52, but that was the moment when he went off. So McEwen into the lead, and he's got a 3-second advantage over Cool, but Cool has changed now onto the soft tyres, who has also set the fastest lap of the race. It's just going to be interesting to see where Liam is going to come out in, because he doesn't want to come out behind Clements or Piper. And in fact, them two are pretty much nearly having their own battle as well for 4th place. We ride on board with Piper, going in towards the anti-bank curve. This is the anti-bank curve right here, otherwise known as Dunlop for the full track. And Liam finally decides to come in. Now it's going to be interesting to see where Liam is going to come out. To my reckoning, he may come out in 5th place. He might come out in 5th because, well, let's see. Yep, here he comes, and indeed, McEwen comes out in 5th place. Oh, I tell you what, it was a golden opportunity to extend the title lead, but it's going to go down to the penultimate race. If he stays in that 5th place, it will be 9 points then. Yeah, so as it stands at the moment, McEwen will be on 447. Cool is still on the 438. But he's catching Piper and Clements in a hurry, and what's Piper doing? He's all over the back of Clements here. There wasn't a bit of a touch, and I tell you what, McEwen is catching already. He's gained about 6 tenths, 7 tenths on this lap alone. There's a good scrap going on for 6th place. As you see further behind, led by Chris Wall. Then you've got Welsh, then Sharp, and then Colin Barrow. These are all independent ran teams. Running 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And again, this is a track where it is very, very tricky to overtake someone. But again, our eyes are back on McEwen. The gap is sort of extending now. It's nearly going up to 8 tenths. He did cut up to them by about 7 tenths on that last lap. He's got to produce more of those qualifying laps, and he doesn't have a lot of time to do it in. There's only about 6 laps to go. Sean's lead now extended now to nearly 3 seconds over Milton. So it's going to be Sean. It's going to pick up yet another win, but we did see in qualifying he did make a couple of mistakes, and we also saw McEwen, he also did 2 mistakes in the race, so it's not over just yet until it is. But look further back in the background as Clements is still holding on to that 3rd position, and Piper going around the outside of the first corner, gets pushed out wide and half spins it. Well saved there from Piper, but in the process that's helped McEwen to go into 4th position. Let's ride on board with a replay of Piper. So he's going to set himself up. And you can see there Clements going defensive, parking his car in the middle of the track, which he's entitled to do. No contact was made. He went a bit too, he got a bit too feisty in the first corner. Well held, and McEwen up into 4th place, and that's 2 points gained for this championship. And now he needs to find a way by. It's pretty much damage limitation here for McEwen. He needs to get by Clements, and how? Because I think 3rd could only be the best that he can do, and again that will be more points gained for this championship. But we do have 4 laps to go, but McEwen has to find a way by Clements to earn that 3rd place in the bottom step of the podium. Further back through the field there, Sharp protecting that 8th place there from Colin Barrow, and held it very well. That was nice defensive there, because he left the inside way open for Colin Barrow to try and get by. And held it very well. So good job there from Ash Sharp. They're sitting there still in that 8th place. That's where he qualified. He's just got Leon Welsh just ahead. I think Chris Wall is starting to pull a little bit away from the that 3-car scrap for 7th place. Obviously the gap between Piper to Wall was a bit too far big, so I think Chris Wall will be content to sit in that 6th place, or to finish in the 6th place. But I see further forward there, and again Clements defending that 3rd place again from McEwen. What's also more important though is the fact that Clements is on the soft tyres, whereas McEwen's on the super soft, so the super softs are definitely quicker, but Liam has got to get by. It's alright. It's what the legend Buddy Walker says: catching is one thing, getting by is quite another. 3 laps to go then for McEwen to make his mark to get onto the podium. Sean Cool is pretty much checked out. 4.1 seconds he has over Milton. Milton 2.5 seconds away from that scrap for that 3rd place, and I think I just thought I saw Colin Barrow. I thought he was going by Sharp there, but indeed he wasn't there. Yeah, again, like I said, this track is very tricky to overtake on. It's realistically the straightaway that you can do, and then this time McEwen goes to the inside this time. That was a brave move, and again Clements there holding on to that 3rd place. He's defending that podium for his life as we've got 2 laps to go. It's desperation time from McEwen because he needs to get by him, and it'll be 2 points gained. Again, what could have been for McEwen? Started on pole, made those couple of mistakes on laps 7 and 2, and it's put him down to as low as 5th place. But again, Cool looking absolutely sharp out in front as he's going to get the last. I was going to say white flag. I mean, I've been watching a bit of NASCAR. I don't know why. But anyway, Ben still in 2nd place, and he's going to hold on to that 2nd place. But this is the battle that we're looking for. The battle for the bottom step of the podium. Can McEwen find a way by? He's going to go to the outside this time. He's going to brave it out. Can he do it? Still side by side. There's a little bit of contact. There's still more contact. They're rubbing and leading. Door handle. Vauxhall v Vauxhall. He may have an overlap on him. Onto the left-hander here. They're still side by side. Clements tries to shut the door and holds on to it. Nearly gets into the back of the Vauxhall, but that was some good, hard, clean racing from the pair of them. And McEwen, it's pretty much going to be a do-or-die attempt here if he can get by Clements to get onto the bottom step of the podium. Meanwhile, Sean Cool from a couple of mistakes from what McEwen has done, has earned that win. Good job there to Sean. Ben is going to come across the line in second, and it's going to be Clements that's going to hold on to third place. McEwen will finish fourth, then it is Piper. Let me wait a little bit for the battle for Civ going on with Chris Walton. In fact, that Sharp has gone by Leon Welsh, so up to 7th place goes Sharp, Welsh down to 8th, and Colombaro in 9th. So there you have it then, confirmation of the result. Well, we will get to see it, so cool with yet another victory. And that's what he needed to get his title back onto the track. We'll show you the race results then from the first race. Sean Cool wins it ahead of Milden Clements there. Great defensive driving, but he still managed to get that third place. McEwen, a couple of mistakes. What could have been, he started on the pole. He ended up down in 4th. So that's going to be points dropped for the title. Piper 5th. Walsh 6th, Sharp 7th, Welsh 8th, and Colombaro in 9th. We're going to take ourselves a couple of minutes break, and we'll be getting ready for race 2, which the grid will be looking like that. So here we go. The second race of the finale. The BTCC with BTCC Blueprints with Paul Welsh. Race number 23, the penultimate round of the championship. The championship lead now down to 11th place. So this is how they'll look. It is Sean Cool from Milton, from Clements from McEwen, from Piper, from Wall, Sharp, Welsh, and then Colin Barrow. That is the 9 racers. As there is Sean Cool now sitting on 438 points. McEwen on 449. This is a big race for McEwen. 5 white lights and lights out. We are away for the second round, and I think Cool didn't get a good jump there. Milton takes the lead, but look at McEwen. McEwen to the inside, and he's going into second place. So McEwen now into second place. I'm guessing the Subaru makes good starts, I have to say, because Ben's into the lead. The Mazda, to me, like that's the car that Cool is racing with. I don't think the Mazda gets a good jump, but anyway, into the first lap they go, and Piper's gone into 4th place. Not a good start from Clements. He's down to 5th place, and now the field now all single file, working towards the anti-bank curve, and then into the last corner. So here we go then. It is Milton in the lead, McEwen second, Cool in third, 4th is Piper, then it's Clements, then it's Wall. A bit of a cone being kicked up there, nearly hit the cameraman. Colin Barrow in 7th, and Welsh there, a little bit distant there in that last place, in 9th place. But now then, Ben already trying to defend the lead as they're going in towards turn 1 for the second time in this 18-lap race there. Ben on the super softs, then it is McEwen on the softs, and then, McEwen on the super softs, and then you can see Sean Cool all over the back. Let's ride on board with Sean. I would like a different camera view, please. I had it on the bonnet view. How did I not get it on this view? Oh, never mind. Here we go, then into the last corner, sorry. And looks like Liam is learning his mistakes from what he did in the race 1. So here we go, Milton still leads, then McEwen, then Cool, Piper. Still status quo as it was in the top 9, well, the top 9. Still status quo, no positions so that changed on that lap. And it's still pretty much single file all the way down through the field. I think it's confirmation there that Clements is going to finish the championship in 4th place. I noticed Lewis Edwards is not racing in that Renault after he did. He had a great show at Tokyo a week before. Probably drinking on the sake is Lewis. He's enjoyed it so much he stayed now. So no Lewis Edwards there. I mean, he was only the real threat there to McEwen for that 4th place in the championship, and I tell you what, Clements is looking very hungry to get that 4th place back. Look further forward there, you can see Ben there trying to get a bit of a wave there, trying to break the 2 ahead away from McEwen and Cool. And again, McEwen now trying to protect that 2nd place because Cool is all over the back of that Vauxhall. Still the top 5 there, 1.6 seconds there separating the first 1 to 5, and then you got a bit of a distance there with Chris Rolls still sitting at 6th place. Then it is still Sharp, Colin Barrow, and then Welsh they're starting to catch up on the back of the Roger Bowen independent brand Honda. This must be a very precarious spot here for the guy that's in second place there, McEwen, because he'll probably know that even now Ben is now mathematically eliminated for the championship. Ben is one to help Sean. I can guarantee you he wants to help him. After what was said in last week there, that Ben was saying that Liam was getting help from Lewis and all that, you know, the mind game's already been set for today. And you can see there from McEwen, he did bottle it in the first race, even though he did start on the pole position. And again, look at Sean all over the back now, McEwen. I tell you what, these series of corners here is what Liam is not particularly confident at. But when he goes in towards this part of the track, he's pretty good at it because he seems to pull away. But it's just the second that, it's just the steep complex of corners, the lefts and rights there is when McEwen really doesn't look too comfortable. But again, it's just trying to find a way by. It's difficult. This is really the only place to overtake someone, or if they make a mistake. But I tell you what, Cool gets a great run there off the last corner. And again, McEwen goes defensive, tries to really go up on Cool. So is there going to be a battle change then for second place? Does McEwen hold out on the brakes? Indeed he does. Cool tried to go for the crisscross, but McEwen was far too experienced to know that manoeuvre. But I tell you what though, and he's got to be very careful with Sean because Piper is all over the back as well as Clement. So you've got the top five there pretty much nose to tail now. Milton is setting off a little bit of an advantage there. There's a bit of a bump. I don't think that was meant on purpose though. I don't think it was. Oh, in fact, Sean's going into the pit lane, hits the cone in the process. So I think this is a smart move here from Sean. This is definitely a smart move because he was stuck in traffic. He couldn't find a way by, and he's going to come out with some clean air. So that's good. You could say good strategy etiquette there from Sean Cool, definitely. But now it's McEwen in that second spot, and is he starting to sort of close down on Milton a little bit? Milton, who in the middle half of the season, who was on red hot fire. I think it was in rounds 5 and 6 when I made my return from the illness. He picked up 4 wins out of the 6 and really asserted himself in the championship hunt. But last week at Tokyo, it didn't go according to plan for Ben. But no matter what, he's going to... Oh, and McEwen, he's gone off again! He's off again! This is not what he needed! Oh, this is pressure cooker situation from from Liam. He's gone off yet again. This is just a reaction for Sean Cool pitting, and Sean's going to come out ahead. I can guarantee you, he's going to come out ahead. Where is he? Where is Sean Cool? Here he comes, and he's through. So that mistake from McEwen going into the gravel trap on that lap has cost him a spot and 2 points more lost on the championship. It's going to go down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Now then, what's Sharp going to do? Sharp's going to move out of the way. Let's make this a fair, clean championship fight between the pair of them now. I want to see that. I want to see a good, fair championship end between Cool and McEwen. Again, McEwen on course for his first ever BTCC crown, and he's feeling the pressure already. Ben now 2.6 seconds lead, but he hasn't yet pitted. In fact, we're halfway through the race, so we'll give you a rundown then. It is Ben in the lead, followed by Piper. Don't forget them two. Oh, and Piper's gone off in the first corner, so Ben's going to extend that gap a bit more. Third is Clements. Chris Wall is in fourth, and them four have not yet pitted. And now look at the scrap here now as Cool goes into 5th place. So Cool now into 5th, McEwen into 6th. Now a good bit of awareness there from Sharp to let these two go by. Oh, and who was that went off? Who was that? That's Chris Wall. Chris Wall has had a moment there. What happened here? So this is the state corner. Oh, and that's a hard hit there, and he's got damage too. And the car goes back onto the track, so yeah, disaster from Chris Wall. And he's going into the pits as a result. So we're down now to 4 people, I think. Oh, look at this, Cool makes a bit of contact there. When McEwen makes a little bit of contact with Cool, because I think Cool ran right at the first corner. Boy, oh boy, this is tense racing here, and I think I can tell you that Liam is definitely sweating right now. He looks quite good in the second sector, doesn't he? This is some tense racing between these two, and I tell you what, McEwen wants to find a way by the leader. Ben goes into the pit lane. Will Chris follow suit too? Indeed he does. So here we go. Oh, I tell you what, how many people that are watching this? I think we need to see more people than about 4 that are going to watch this, because this championship is going to go down to the wire. So again, Milton comes out in the lead, Cool into second and McEwen in third. Piper will just hold on to 4th place. But this is some tense racing here. We've got 7 laps to go until we will get ourselves into the finale between Cool and McEwen. Further back through the field, Colin Barlow in 6th. 7th is Sharp. 8th is still Welsh. And then Chris Wall, who made that in a moment not that long ago, is down now there in the 9th position. So a disaster. And you can see the damage done to the right side of that car. I want to see the battle going on for first, second place, because this is going to be too good not to miss out here. 3 cars there, nose to tail, about 7 tenths between the top 3, well, the 2nd to 4th, because Ben has shooted off into the distance, a 2.5 second lead he has. One interesting fact that I'd like to bring up here was that Ben Milton, his favourite driver is Jean Alesi. And I can tell you this off by heart there, but Ben has actually got more wins than his favourite racing driver. And he's going to add another one onto the map here if he can hold it on for another 6 laps. But again, it's the battle for that 3rd place. And I tell you what, Piper, he's wanting to be the party pooper in this championship fight too. Now this is a very bad spot here for McEwen, because he's got to tactically find a way by Cool, but in the process he's got to protect the position if he can't get by Cool, because Piper is all over the back. Oh, this is absolutely tense there. Look at them, look at them, they're just pretty much covered by a cigarette paper. So close there between the 3 of them. Let's actually look at the back of Cool's Honda. In towards the last corner, and then we're going to have 5 laps of racing to go. So as the championship points stand, McEwen will be sitting on 469 and Sean Cool will be sitting on 460. So the championship is going to go down to the final round of the championship. But if he can get by Cool, that'll be 2 points gained, and that will put McEwen on to 471. And Cool will be on 468. The gap will be 13 points. There'll be a lot of daylight between McEwen and Cool going into the final round. But 13 points versus 9 points. He's starting to fade away a little bit though from Cool. Maybe just needs to settle down. Just get himself in a rhythm, and then with about 2 laps to go, try and pull away from Piper. And then with about 2 laps to go, make his move to get by Cool. But I tell you what, Cool's not going to make it easy for McEwen, I can promise you that. Them two fight for the championship pretty much from the first round, well, pretty much from the get-go, really. It's actually right on board then with Colin Barlow, sitting in 6th place there. Pretty quiet race for him. Clement's nearly 3 seconds up the road, and they're sharp 1.5 back. And then we'll ride on board with Welsh, which there he's currently battling with. He's just within slipstream distance of Sharp. Nearly a full second there, but he runs it. Oh, I thought he was steering wide through the first turn. I'm keeping a close eye on the top 3 to see if there's any change or any movement that's been happening here. But, it's looking so good here for Milton. He's going to pick up yet another win. I think it might be his 10th win, possibly. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Oh, Piper's gone wide. Piper went wide at the last corner. So McEwen's got a bit of breathing space now. And again, it was at the last corner. He may have just got under power a bit too early, fighting the understeer, and then puts all 4 wheels on there. Sort of gently kisses the tyre wall, but he gets going. But more importantly, though, there's a bit of distance now with him and McEwen just ahead. So McEwen will feel just a slight bit more easier now on Sean. On McEwen, sorry. Realistically, this is the only scrap that's going on is for the battle for second place, because the others have just all spread it out, unfortunately. So we've got 2 laps to go. Can McEwen find a way by Sean as we'll head into the last lap of the race? Don't forget, it will be balls 6 to 15, but in this case it'll be 6 to 9. Tell you what, this is going to be so close. Like I said, this is the only real battle that's going out there. Them two are nose to tail. Now Liam can attack. He's got 3.6 seconds ahead of Piper, so now he can attack. He can go for that second place on Cool if he wants to. Meanwhile, Ben now just doing a careful drive there, just, you know, steadying the gap. He's not pushing the car or anything like that. He's just taking his time, taking his cool, and just going on for yet another victory. Again, if he had a better couple of them races in Tokyo a week ago, it would have been a 3-horse race for the championship. What could have been? But I think McEwen, he was too far back there on cool, and indeed he was. So is McEwen going to be content to sit in 3rd place and go to the reverse grid draw for the 3rd race, for the final of the championship? And the gap will be 9 points between the pair of them. I think he will be. Piper's actually fallen a long way down. 6.5 seconds he is now away to McEwen. Then you got Clements there running solo there in 5th place. But anyway, here comes Ben across the start-finish line. He's going to pick up yet another win. Yeah, McEwen's not going to put any challenge up on Cool. So Ben wins. Sean Cool 2nd. McEwen will finish 3rd. But again, he did another mistake. He done another mistake. And that's what lost him a spot there. So 4th went to Piper. 5th went to Clements. Colin Barlow will finish at a strong 6th. Then Sharp. And then Leon Welsh. And then in last place, Chris Wall, trying to drift his way across the start finish line and failed absolutely horribly. So then, the gap, as it will now stand. Liam McEwen sits on 469 points. Sean Cool sits on 460. 9 points the difference, which basically means that if Sean was to win the race, McEwen will have to finish 4th or higher to win the title. That's all McEwen has to do. He needs to finish 4th or higher, and he's got the title. Now then, I'm going to get the balls here because there's not a lot of people in there, so we're going to have ball 6 to 9 here. I'll bring up the race results here, because obviously 2 weeks ago it was ball 15, we didn't have a 15, and it was ball 14, we didn't have a 14. Here we go then, last one. I've got a bowl, I have a bowl, and I can't open it. Stupid arthritis, God's sake. Come on, Sean, there we go, it's out. And it is ball number 8. Ball number 8, which means Leon Welsh will start on the pole. So what does that do? That will mean that Sean Cool will start 4th and McEwen will start 5th. So there you go. Leon Welsh will start on the pole for the final round of the championship. So then here we go then. We're not getting ready for the final just yet. Drivers are just going to take a little break. Because there will be nerves, there'll be some tension in this race, I can guarantee you that. But the championship as it stands, the top three, Ben in third with 440 points. But he was already mathematically eliminated. Mathematically eliminated after the first race, unfortunately. Sean Cool, second with 460. And Liam McEwen leading the way on 469. I don't know how many wins that Liam has over Sean. I think he's got a bit more wins. So, effectively, he can finish 5th, can Liam. And he's won the whole thing. Liam is starting 5th. Sean is going to start 4th. Milton's going to start 3rd. It's going to be absolutely bedlam going into the first corner. However, for the people that are watching in the chat, as the final is about to begin, we've got 7 people watching for the final round of the championship. There's 9 points between them. Let us know in the chat, who do you think will win the championship? Will it be McEwen or will it be Cool? We are getting ready for the 24th and final race of the BTCC, where BTC Blueprints and Paul Welsh. The final round as it is. It is Welsh from Wall, Milton, Cool, McEwen, Piper, Clements, Colombardo and Sharp. Here we go. Walsh is going to get underway. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go for the final round of the championship. More critically, will McEwen get the jump on Cool? And indeed he does. And already Welsh trying to defend the lead going into the first corner. Oh, safely through the first corner. Indeed we are. And Piper's trying to go around the outside of Cool. This is not what Cool needed to have, a car around the outside. He may get an overlap on him. Pushes Piper out wide. More bumping and banging into the second corner. Piper trying to force his way through and doesn't. Cool protects that 5th place. Much needed attempt there from for Sean there to hold on to that 5th place. Otherwise that would have been a disaster for Sean if he had Piper in front of him. But a good start nonetheless still for McEwen, up to 4th place. But Ben has not gained any spots as a result. But Leon Walsh is going to lead the first lap. Then it's Chris Wall in second, who wants a little wide, I think. Oh, Ben goes in a bit early, as well as Sean. I think this was a tactic between the pair of them. And it could also be a smart strategy as well, because they were battling for honours here. So they're going to go out in clean air. Now this could, if Liam would react to this, he should. Oh, and there's contact. Chris Wall gets into the back of Welsh, and does McEwen get by? He is furious. Well, that's pretty much. Well, I mean, you see there on the side there. That's pretty much. Yeah, that might be a bit premature there, Liam. You're not won the championship just yet. That's a bit premature there. Anyway, he's going to go around the outside of Welsh, and he's going to do it, though. Welsh. Oh, he just lets it bad. Well, that's a nice pass, and he gets into the back of him. If I was McEwen, I would have reacted to when Sean and Ben pitted then. Clements comes into pits on the second lap. But anyway, McEwen into the lead. Welsh in second, Wall in third, and all over the back of the Honda. And you can see how badly damaged and scraped it is there. Looking at the back of Welsh's Honda. Oh, and there's another bump. That's a massive love tap, and holds onto it. Oh, what's happened? What's happened there? Oh, he's gone. Chris is gone. Well, that's not what you needed to see there. Chris has just automatically put himself out of the race. Oh, he's just left the room. Not unless it was a disconnect or he wasn't happy. But again, with that premature livery, McEwen still leads. And then it is Welsh in second, Piper in third, Colombardo in fourth. Then it's Sharp in fifth. And then the guys that are pitted now, Milton. But more importantly, though, Milton does have clean air. There you can see, we're looking on board there. He does have some clean air ahead of him. But behind him, though, is Sharp. Oh, and what's happened to Clements in the back? Clement may have just touched the white lines on the exit of the corner. Let's see. Gets onto the power, hits that little bit of a nasty bump, and then gets on it, and yeah, hits the grass, and then around she goes. Half spins it, hard hit against the wall. And there you go. So Clements no matter what, it's been a great season for Clements. He's got a guarantee to finish 4th in the championship. He should be well chuffed with that. Now then, meanwhile, the lead extending 1.3 seconds. He can't afford to make a mistake. We have seen Liam do it on 3 times in the 2 races. Look at Piper trying to get 2nd place away from Welsh as we ride on board with Piper. All over the back, goes to the inside, and he gets pushed on the grass. Still holds on to the inside though, and Welsh holds on to that 2nd place there. Good defensive driving from Welsh. Didn't hit the apex though off the first corner, and then he's going to go to the inside. He tried to do this on Sean Cool on the first lap. It didn't work that time, and it didn't work this time. I tell you what, I've got the fan on my back, and it's still making my back still sweating because the tension is just unbearable here, and I am sweating like a dyslexic on countdown here. In towards the last corner they go then for the 5th time. McEwen still leads. What's the gap now from Milden to Sharp? It's down to 3.2 seconds as we're coming up now for 1/3 distance complete. I love how the fact I've told my mum several times, do not come in when I'm commentating, and she still does. That's why she's deaf in one ear, folks. Anyways, back up front, Ben catching up. 2.6 seconds he has over Sharp. And again, Cool, again looking back. And then Clements a distant 8th place after that moment that he had a couple of laps ago. Now then, McEwen stays out. Welsh also stays out. Does Piper stay out? Indeed he does. In fact, Piper's trying to make a move on the inside here. That could be a good pass actually. He's got the overlap on Welsh. Welsh trying to sort of leaning a bit on him maybe. He's still sort of leaning on him. I'm trying to get a good angle here. But Piper does have an overlap, and I thought Welsh was going to tear it in on Piper, but Piper gets it done up to 2nd place. And Colin Barlow's having a solid race there in 4th place, keeping up with the pole sitter Welsh and Piper. Again, the top 5 have stayed out, and the bottom 3 have made their pit stop. And again, Ben is slowly catching up on Sharp, and Cool's catching up on Milden. And again, McEwen stays out. The gap though, 3.2 seconds. That's a big gap. But we know how fast Piper will be. He will catch up. He did look quite good in that 2nd race before he faded away quite a bit in the end of the 2nd race. And now Colin Barrow all over the back of Welsh. Let's ride on board with Colin Barrow. A bit of a mistake from the pair of them ahead from Welsh and from Jeff. Now then into the series again. The complex of corners there. Very, very tricky to master these corners. Into 3rd gear. And then going into the anti-banked curve now. Little touch of 4th gear before going back down to 4th. Again up to 4th. Back down to 3rd for the last corner. And then we're going to be 1/2 distance complete. McEwen still leads. Piper 2nd. Welsh in 3rd. Colin Barrow 4th. Sharp 5th. Sean Cool was now found away by Milden, so he's up to 6th place. Oh, he already had the position done before we went on to show the replay. I just noticed on the corner of my eye that he must have. So Ben let Sean go by. And now the championship hump again. And look further up forward there. Piper's had a mistake. Piper made a mistake on the exit of the 1st corner. So he must have run wide again. That's where drivers have been making mistakes. Either the last corner or the 1st corner. So here he goes. Oh, he just carried way too much speed. Hit that little AstroTurf thing that gets the car all upset. And then through into 2nd place again goes Welsh. And held on to 2nd place in the process. And Welsh goes into the pits now as a result. Looks like he's going to be the only one that's going to stay out. Come into the pit lane. So now the gap then, 5.6 seconds McEwen has. Let's give you a rundown then. Obviously we're on to lap 10 out of 18. McEwen leads the way, but is not yet pitted. Colin Barlow trying to find a way around the outside of Piper in the 1st corner. There's a bit of bumping between the pair of them. Piper still holding on to that second place. Colin Barlow looking very, very racy on Cutway. He wants to get his best finish of the season in that third position. Cool into fourth position. Fifth for Ash Sharp. He's found, yeah, so Cool find a way by to get by Ash. And then Ben in sixth. Seventh is Welsh after coming out. And there in eighth place is Clements there. As the leader heads into the pit lane and also one retirement, that is Chris Wall. So the leader into the pit lane, so too does Colin Barlow. Piper stays out and does yet another lap. Oh, where's McEwen going to come out though? Is he going to come up behind Sean? He will indeed, but he's going to come out just ahead of Ben. So there you go. I tell you what, if I was Ben, I would not look. I would not like looking the back of that Vauxhall where it says champion, where he's not elected champion just there. I think that will annoy Ben. But obviously, I don't want Ben to do anything stupid like putting him off and that and help Sean give the title to him. I hope that's not going to be the case. So anyways, Piper has yet to pit. He's the only one to still stay out. I think Sharp was also not yet pitted as well. And Sharp moves out of the way. And look at that. Ben takes full advantage of that there. And McEwen, it's got up into third place. Piper goes in. It's still to the Sharp. I think Sharp was actually coming into the pits. So he had to move well out of the way. Oh, but look at that. McEwen has an overlap. McEwen has an overlap. I didn't see that then. So what happened here? So Sharp won right at the last corner, moved well out of the way for the battle there. Ben shortcutted that last corner, and then Liam gets an overlap on Ben on the start-finish straight and just retakes that second spot. And holds on to that second place as a result. So Cool still leads, McEwen in second. It's not good enough though for Sean to win the title. If McEwen can stay in second place, don't forget Liam needs to finish fifth or higher to be crowned the champion, and he's doing that every bit of the way, and Ben gets it all wrong through the last corner, and that'll be a sight for sore eyes for Ben to see. He just gets it all wrong at the last corner here. Look at this. It's pretty much like a kamikaze attempt there, trying to look at this. He just completely misjudged the braking point here, didn't he? Oh yeah, he just got it all wrong, and that's what Ben did not need. But it'll be a perfect thing for McEwen to see that Ben is not pressurising him anyways. Walsh into fourth place, Piper in fifth, Colin Barlow in sixth, seventh is Clements, and Sharp down in eighth place. Oh, what's going on here now? What's happened to Ben? Ben's fallen way down the pecking order here. He's down to fifth place. It's all gone wrong for Ben. What has happened here? He's slowed down. What's he doing? He's slowing down to let Welsh and Piper go by. Now, what's this all about? What was he doing there? I don't understand what the idea was there, but he just let them by. He just slowed down and let them by. I think he's just trying to let just just let these two fight out for the championship. I think that's the only possible way here. But again, back on board with Ben, and someone has also retired. I think that's Ash. Ash has gave up. Hopefully we'll get to see Ash again in the 2009 cars here. Hopefully he'll do a lot better in that season. But anyway, we've got a battle going on for the bottom set of the podium here. Welsh, Piper and Milden. We're down to 7 cars. Chris Watt was the first retirement. Oh, Ben, get off the grass. Get off the grass, Ben. There you are. Lost a little bit of momentum there, and look at that there, a forceful block there from Welsh there, because Piper had the run, and Welsh forcefully blocks him. In fact, Piper hits the AstroTurf yet again and slides and just holds on to that 4th place. My oh my, this is some intense racing going on between the bottom for 3rd place, isn't there? And Welsh protecting that. I think that will be his best ever result this season for Welsh. Oh, Ben trying to stick an Audi in that little gap. Didn't do it. There was a teensy gap, but it wasn't wide enough to fit an Audi. And again, Piper with the run off the last corner. Has he got the third place now? He might have, you know. Oh, Ash saying the baby woke up. I hope I didn't shout too loud or that Ash. I hope not. Anyways, we're looking again. And again, Welsh. Again, some... Oh, he can't do it this time. Little bit of contact and Piper through into third place now. Meanwhile, Liam is just going to take it absolutely nice and cool. 8.1 seconds he has over the back skirmish for the third place. And it's good enough for Liam to win the title. Again, a little bit premature with that livery, but it's going to be there. If he can hold on for yet another 2 laps. But we have seen him do a couple of mistakes. He has been prone to do it earlier today. We did see twice of it in the first race, and we saw it again in the second race, so... he's got to be very careful here. Yeah, Piper's still pulling away from Welsh, and Welsh was trying to protect the 4th place away from Ben, who I didn't think make any challenge there. I think Welsh was trying to break the slipstream away from Ben, but Ben's still within grasping distance to try and get by that 4th place. Again, I'm trying to see, let's ride on board then with Ben as we're going on to the last lap of the season. Will he find a way by Welsh for 4th place? He's going to get the run. He's in the slipstream. He's getting closer. Will Welsh defend? No, he's not. No, he's not. Okay, then, so Welsh will hold on to 4th. Oh, he was a bit late on the brakes after the first corner, and that's a result. He runs a bit wide. Ben just lets him by. He just says, yeah, you can have that 4th place no matter what. Anyway, Sean Cool is going to win the race, and he tried his absolute mighty if he can try and win the championship, but it's not going to happen. Ben is going to win the race, but more importantly, Liam McEwen will win the championship. The first time he's won a BTCC championship. He will be over the moon. What could have been a disaster there with the 2 mistakes that he did in the first race and the mistake he did in the second race, but he held his nerve, he held his bottle, and is the champion. Piper finished 3rd, Welsh 4th, bent down to 6th place. I wonder if he let Colin Barlow went by, and then in 7th place was Clements. But my oh my, what a race that was there. Congratulations there to Sean, picking up his 2nd win tonight, but more importantly, he unfortunately did not win the championship. That belonged to Liam McEwen, champion for the first time in the BTCC Blueprints with Paul Walsh championship. And there you have it there, folks. That is it. That was the 1998 cars. Oh, season 8. Nice. So, it was season 8. I thought I couldn't mind if it was season 8 or season 9. Anyways, that is it. Those were the 24 races. I hope you enjoyed it as certainly much as I have. Now, hopefully, I can get my throat with a bit of a rest now as I'm going to take the dog out for a walk. But anyway, commiserations to Sean Cool. He drove his heart out the whole race weekend. You know, and you have to give credit to Sean there for doing that there, picking 2 wins. And I think it was a 2nd. Oh, no, did he have 3 wins? I can't mind if he did. I genuinely can't mind now. But anyway, congratulations there to Sean. He drove his heart out there, but even more congratulations to Liam to picking up his first touring car championship. No doubt we'll be seeing that in the Facebook chat or in the post on the SBR. But anyway, that has been the BTCC Blueprints with Paul Walsh, SBR BTCC Season 8, the finale. We will see you soon for the 2009 season. Season 9 at least with the 2009 cars. I have been Sean, your commentator, and we will see you soon for that. So until then, take care and goodbye.